Good evening, everyone. I hope that you are not still so much tired and you will listen to Lithuanian Sports University presentation. Lithuanian Sports University is located in the second largest city of Lithuania. The city has its very nice location at the confluence of two largest rivers, the Nemunas and the Neris, and we are usually called Kaunas as a city of youth because it becomes very lively on the 1st of September when the studies in Lithuania starts, and more than 35,000 people are studying in Kaunas. Also, we are proud that Kaunas has been since 1919 and 1939 a provisional capital of Lithuania. Lithuanian Sports University is a specialized university, and it is dates from 1934, and all studies are connected with sports science. What we can say that it is the only sport university in Lithuania. Lithuanian Sports University is focusing on sport, physical activity, rehabilitation, recreation, wellness. Also, it is the first university in Lithuania that started physiotherapy studies, and physiotherapy studies are counting now more than 70 years of its existence. Sport coaching is one of top 10 study programs in Lithuania. Also, we are proud that we are the leader of sports science in Lithuania, and our graduates are famous all over the world. If you are interested in sports, you are taking up sports, you are planning your future career with sports science, so you are welcome to join Lithuanian Sports University. It is strongly focusing on sport, physical activity, rehabilitation, recreation. Due to quality and to fee, there is a very balanced ratio between these two factors. Also, we offer study programs in English, and our diplomas are valid in European countries. As I have mentioned, Lithuanian Sports University is a tertiary level study university, and we offer bachelor study programs, master study programs, and doctoral level programs. Sport coaching, it's mostly offered in English. More than 11 kinds of sports are offered for students that they become future coaches. Physiotherapy, sports and tourism management, physical activity and lifestyle. Sports coaching, physiotherapy, the study programs last for 4 years, and the later sports and tourism management, physical activity and lifestyle last for 3 years. What I want to emphasize, physical activity and lifestyle, it's a very modern study program, and students become physical activity and lifestyle counselors. This study program is a consortia study program, and students have a possibility during their 3 years of studies to spend 1 or 2 semesters in a partner countries, so in Portugal and in 2 universities in Holland. Master studies usually lasts from 1.5 years to 2 years. International Master in Performance Analysis of Sport is meant for those who would like to develop after graduating from bachelor in sports. So this is a joint degree study program, and it is also developed in 2 or is run in 2 other foreign countries plus Lithuania. While entering this study program, students start in Germany the first semester, then they continue second semester in Portugal, and third semester they finish up in Lithuania and defend their thesis in the chosen university. International Master in Basketball Coaching and Management is really very flexible study program for those who are working in sports, who are working in coaching. And this study programs is composed in short terms, and students comes to, it is also a joint one. It's together developed with Croatia. So one semester they spend in Croatia, another semester they spend in Lithuania. Tourism and Sport Management is a 1.5 year of studies program. Physical activity and public health, physiotherapy, sports physiology and genetics, adapted physical activity. Sports physiology and genetics, it mostly study program meant for those who are interested in research, and not only ones, but this study program offers possibilities to enter doctoral studies. And as I have mentioned, we are offering 2 PhD study levels, so social or areas, social sciences for education and biomedical sciences in biology. The latest one, biology, is run together with Tartu University in Estonia. So again, students have possibility to be mobile and to experience or enlarge their knowledge in both universities. Admission system is online. You have to submit all your documents online. Afterwards, you have to apply for the recognition of foreign qualification in Lithuanian Center for Quality Assessment in Higher Education. After you have received all recognized documents, you are invited for interview, and all this process is going to be done online. Admission system is open until the 30th of June. Apart from the information what I have mentioned or possibilities, the students have international possibilities as well. Our university is really very active in international area. On the right side of the slide, you see a map with countries that are partners with the Lithuanian Sports University, and the numbers in that country shows how many universities are our partners. Usually these partners are sports universities. Due to Erasmus Plus study program, students have a possibility to spend from 2 months till 1 semester or even a year in a partner university to enlarge their knowledge and perfect their professional skills. Also, on the left side of the slide, you see some non-European countries who are our partners as well. And year by year, we are enlarging the numbers, and students also have possibility to be mobile in this countries and in these universities as well. Apart from Erasmus Plus program, you have a possibility to use short-term courses, intensive programs through Nordic Baltic study program, Nord Plus. Thank you very much for your attention. If you have any question or anything to ask, so you are welcome to do it in English. Now, I would like to give you an opportunity to listen to our former and present students to give the impressions about the university.
My name is Gurgit Gil.
Hello,
I am a full-time student at Lithuanian Sports University, studying Masters of Public Health. I have finished my bachelor at the same university at the same campus. So it's like a 5 years for me that I spent at the same university, in the same environment. Therefore, I do feel confident that I do have some secrets to reveal about the university. So without wasting a single moment, let's start with those secrets. So the secret number one is the study, quality of the study and flexibility. What I do mean by this, that the university
does provide neck-to-neck competitive and repetitive education at the campus, which is very much important to fulfill the requirement of contemporary academic needs. And at the same moment, the all education is mostly provided in the way of horizontal way, I would say. It means that it's a practical approach, which means further that you learn by doing the things, not just by having a traditional way, reading the books and theoretical things. So that the most impressive thing when you are learning things by doing, and that's something very special and a distinguished trait of the university. At the same moment, I would say that I do have the second secret, which is professors. So professors are extraordinary. What I do mean by this is that professors are extremely friendly. If you have any kind of problem, you can email them, you can meet them personally and discuss your problems. And they are very much helpful, and they are going to try their best to solve your all academic issues, however they are and whatever they are. And in addition to this, all the professors are fully equipped with the skills to give the education that is required in the modern times, which means they do provide all the education which is completely evidence-based. So when you are learning and you are gathering the information from your professors, it makes the education more reliable, and tomorrow when you are going to use this education, it gives you more authenticity toward your education. And the third secret, I would say, the university staff. And I will start about telling about university staff from my own memory. It was a time when I arrived at the university, and I had been through many problems and I had many puzzles. So I did approach people from study department, and they have been extremely kind. To me, it means a lot, because you're coming very far from
that there
your
are some
family, and
people
then you find
who
that there are
sitting
some people
far, you
who
never met them
sitting
before,
far, you
but
never
they,
met them
they are
before, but
considering you as a part
are
of family and trying
considering
their
you as a
best,
part of family and trying
best to
their
help
best
you. So
best
that
to
was
help you.
completely a
So
different thing,
that
and I
was
very much
completely a
appreciate
different
that.
thing, and I very
And
much
then the
appreciate
last,
that.
if you're going to
And
ask,
then the
what is the
last,
secret
if you're
number
going to
four?
ask, what is the
So
secret
as
number
we
four?
know that
So as we know
universities
that
definitely
universities
to build up your
definitely
academic life,
to
your
build up your
professional life, but
academic
at the
life,
same
your
time, that is
professional
not
life, but at
enough.
the same time,
And
that is
that's
not
why
enough.
our
And
university
that's
have
why
two
our
student
university have
associations. One is
two
Erasmus
student
Student Network, and
associations.
another
One
is
is
the
Erasmus
Student
Student Network, and
Association,
another is
the normal
Student
one for.
Association, the normal one for all students. So if you do feel that you want more integration in the university environment, or you won't feel so active, you have initiatives, then feel free to join them, and there is no language barrier, which is a very important thing. You can initiate new ideas. You can even participate in events, and not just participation, you can even be part of the organization teams, which is also very much important within your academic and professional built-up career. So overall, if I'm going to conclude everything about the university, I would say personally, this university didn't only build up my academic career, but this university built up my whole personality, which means I can face the challenges, and I know that how to overcome those challenges, and then further progress toward the success. And there is nothing more important than that. It is not just about academic life, it's like your whole overall personality. And I'm very much grateful for that, and I'm very much proud that I chose this university for my studies. Thank you very much.
Study studies here are more different than my country, because in my country it's more theory and there are more of written exams than kind of practical, and here the studies are more practical, which makes you study more deep inside. And the studies are more interesting because it's a sports university, and along with studies we also have sports to do, so that makes the studies here more enjoyable, interesting.
I decided to go for sports studies after I finished army in my country, so I really was very passionate about sports. So I was searching, going through websites, and Lithuania was the country was very close to me because of I'm from Georgia, so Lithuanians and Georgians, we are very friendly nations, so my family supported me to come here.
I really like to say about physical activity and motivating people, and so I came across this university and this perfect course. So it was a perfect combination for me to get in this university and study this particular course.
I chose this university because it was a sports university and I was more interested towards education and sports both, and I found that this university is a good collaboration for it.
Between the professors and students, it's a very small gap, so it's very easy to directly approach professors. You can email them anytime, they're very helpful, because I also had 1 year exchange in Holland, where it's really a big distance, big gap between teachers and students. So it's more like you have to be extremely polite and careful how you contact them, and very specific times of the day and so on and so on. But here we have very friendly, and the gap is very small between professors and students, which makes all the experience really more chilled and nicer, in my opinion.
I like enjoying sports in the university. For example, I swim with my coach, Birute Statkavichin, and she helped me for swimming. Like before I came here, I didn't know anything about swimming, and now I can swim. So that's like a plus point for me that I enjoy sports here. Besides, I met a lot of international students from different countries, and that's the most interesting part for me, because this international education is not just education, but it's a part of experience for my life.
Are there any questions? You're welcome with questions.
Okay, maybe I will answer questions which we receive in our chat box. So one of the questions is, what difficulties did the students encounter with admission last year due to quarantine? Actually, with admission, students didn't have any problems or difficulties, because university extended deadlines and tried to help. Most difficult thing because of quarantine was traveling issue, and for students was difficult to receive visa on time and come to Lithuania on time because of the restrictions. But in this case, university decided to start online studies, and students had additional time come to Lithuania for studies in university campus. What countries do applicants come from? From really different countries: India, Ukraine, Belarus, South Korea, England. It's really international. Approximately cost of accommodation and meals for a student in your city. Lithuania, it's not very expensive country, and usually Dormitory in our university, living in our university dormitory costs around 120 euro per month. And for meals, you can spend, I don't know, maybe 5 euros for lunch or even less for one-time lunch. Yes, about part-time job while studying, it's possible when you receive a temporary residence permit. It means that after first study semester, you can apply for temporary residence permit and start working in part-time job. It means 20 hours per week. How important are the grades in the school certificate upon admission? Yeah, it is important because we follow the rules that the higher grades in school certificate students are accepted. And but it also depends on the situation and students' motivation and students' interview, because admission. Yeah, it depends on your school certificate and interview grade. Maybe you have more question.
Is the medical insurance needed, and how often it needs to be updated? Yeah.
Yes, for medical insurance, yes, you must have it because without medical insurance, you cannot apply for visa. This is one of the things. And also without medical insurance, you cannot get health services in Lithuania. It can be updated every year, one time per year.
Okay, I'll help you with that. How much money should I have on my account to open a student visa in Lithuania? So it doesn't mean that you have a particular account. You can count in this way. More or less, we say that it is 300 euros per month cost the you spend on living costs. On your visa or any other, so Vita helped me to tell about the
yes, for visa, it's needed to have in your bank account approximately for 1 month expenses is like 321 euro for 1 month, plus round trip cost. It's like for in case of emergency, if you will have to leave country, you need to have to leave Lithuania. You need to have additional monies for that. So you need to calculate like 320 euros for like 13, 14, and it's around 2,000 or 3,000 euros.
Do you have programs only for international students? No, we are, what I have presented, these are only for international students, but we have much more study programs which are given for Lithuanian students as well. But there is no problem. Lithuanian students also at present like to enter these English language taught study programs. Do students have some time for part-time work or the paid internships in their senior years? Part-time job, as Vita has told, it is possible, 20 hours per week, but mostly requirement is to know Lithuanian language. So this is sometimes could be a problem. Or the paid internships in their senior years. Our internships are not paid if they are just in the city, but if you go abroad to have to choose internship in a foreign country through Erasmus Plus program, you receive a grant. What happens if there are delays in payment? Usually we keep to the deadlines for the payment.
And what also, sorry for interrupting, what also I want to add about the payment is that student can, after first year, from second study years, they are allowed to ask permission to pay in installments, tuition fee.
Yeah.
So it's also possible.
No, we do not have a language school. And also, we do not give scholarships for students. Because you can apply for the governmental scholarships that are offered both in Ukrainian and Lithuanian bilateral agreement when it is between the countries. How is the internship system organized, and with which companies do you cooperate? It depends a lot of the study program that you are entering. Students are having internships at schools, at hospitals, clinics, sport clubs. So it depends, it's according to your internship plan during the study period. Yeah, so the grades, we have answered already about the grades. So are there any other questions? What do you mean by restrictions in Lithuanian universities? Age restrictions, sorry, I haven't seen. I think there is not any. No age restrictions. It's lifelong learning. How is the internship system organized, and with which companies do you cooperate? So again, I'm just repeating, internship is organized. One way you have to do it, you can do it abroad. It means you can choose according to your study plan, you can choose internship at partner university, what I have been mentioning to you, abroad. Another thing, you can do it in local country while studying in Lithuania. You can do in various sport clubs, sport schools, clinics, spa centers, or any other institution that offers you possibility according to your study plan.
Yes, and the university always help to find the internship place during your studies in Lithuanian institution or sport club. It depends on your study program.
No, we do not need to know Lithuanian language for admission. Everything is done in English. You can do it in English, and the system is very flexible. Admission system is very flexible, and every time admission people who are working on that system are very quickly answering to your questions. Usually we have mentioned, but we require B1, B2 English language level according to European standards. So students must be familiar with English language. Yes, there are a lot of professors who still know Russian language. So some consultations may be given for you in Russian language. Is it possible to apply for admission in advance and add a certificate final exam scores to them at the end of school? Yes, it is. So Vita, you can just explain maybe more in detail?
Yes, applicant can start filling in admission application form and add certificate final exam scores later. It is good that if you can receive final exam scores until end of June, until deadline. If you receive it later, you need to get, if possible, from school a provisional letter that you have finished your school. Just the certificate and final exam scores will be issued later after deadline. And then you can submit your application to our admission system.
What is the cost of programs? It depends. If you write particularly which study program, but I can approximately say that our study programs, it's varied about from 2,000 euros per year till 3,500 euros per year. Usually in March we are correcting prices, so you have to check the website I have given to you at the end of my presentation, and every time going to admission part to studies to browse about the study programs, you will see the prices of the study programs. Yeah, Vita, maybe about the payment system you will...
Yes, for the payment, for the first year, we ask students to pay fully. And from the second year, as I mentioned before, student can pay tuition fee in installments or pay in semesters. It depends on students and how it's better for him or her. And also it's possible to pay whole fee per year for 1 year. So we are flexible, and it depends on student, really.
Do I need to take exams for admission? No, usually we do not have exams. It is the admission, one of the admission points is interview. We invite students for interview, which is also online, after we certify them with this acceptance letter. So there is no exams. There are no exams. Yes, can I transfer from a Ukrainian university to yours? Yes, it could be done, but the admission process is the same as we have mentioned. It depends what kind of university you are graduating from in Ukraine. It's quite personal question, and quite personal. It depends what qualification you have received through 1 or 2 years, what kind of credits you have obtained at your university, and how your graduated study years matches with study years at Lithuanian Sports University. But possibility there is. Is it possible to enroll in a master's program on the basis of Ukrainian diploma? Yes, for sure. Yes, for sure. But you have to go through the your documents. Your bachelor diploma should be recognized by, we call it SKVC. It's our Lithuanian certification center in higher education.